and we will get started. Lovely. So we're going to kind of need a little bit of space for the first bit because we're going to be working into like some lunges, moving forwards, backwards. So just starting with your feet hip distance apart though. And we want to make sure that we're working with some nice pelvic control. So to begin with, we'll just incorporate a little bit of movement to the pelvis, big bucket of water, spill the water forwards and backwards as you tuck your tail under and then send it away. Lovely. Keep it going just a few more times. And as we slow things down, let's just incorporate some nice deep breathing. The breathing that we know to do so well. Hi, Ivana. Lovely, just a few more. So really feel that change in direction as your pelvis tucks under and then arches away. And then just finding neutral spine somewhere between those two positions. And we'll just pause for a minute because the warm-up is quite a lot of movement. So let's just be still with our neutral lower spine. Shoulders are soft, growing tall through the crown of your head. Eyes might be closed as we just begin to breathe. Feeling the tummy swell, the rib cage expand as the breath travels in and right down to the base of your lungs. And then that just softens as you exhale into the space around you. Getting to the end of that breath, we repeat, breath in slowly. And when you're ready, breath out. Lovely. And when you get to the end of this next breath, open your eyes and just place your hands just on the brim of your pelvis, just for a little bit of feedback really. So what we want to avoid is too much kind of hitching side to side and any of that kind of pelvic rocking. So a nice big bowl of water, keep it nice and level. Okay, so to start with, we're going to take the left foot, we're going to step the left foot forwards, we're going to bend the right knee, we're going to straighten through the right knee and step back in again. Hi, Emma. Same side again. So step, bend, straighten, and close down. So a little bit of movement with this. So as you step your left foot forwards, make sure your feet stay hip distance apart. Helps with balance, but also helps with that alignment because we want the knees, hips, and the feet all in line. So make sure that pelvis doesn't dip down as you step forwards, keep it nice and level. Focusing on bending through that back knee and keeping your weight through the center of your body. So even though we're stepping forwards, that forwards motion stops and then comes into a downward motion. So as if you're stood against a wall, sliding your back down the wall, keeping those heads, shoulders, and spine all stacked up in a nice straight line. Good stuff. We've got 3 more like this. Now go easy on the knees if you need to. Okay, doesn't need to be a deep lunge. Making sure that that front knee doesn't pass over your toes for 2 more. For 1 more. Okay, holding this next one. We just come back in, up, and down. So just focusing now on that sliding motion, squeezing the hip on your back leg as you come up. So really engage your glutes, tighten your bottom, push up. Really focus on working that back leg. Front leg's moving, but back leg is what is loaded. Could you balance a glass of wine on your head as you go up and down? Well done. These legs should be tired now. Shake them out if you need to. Perfect. 4 more round, everyone. Well done. We've got 3 more. We've got 2 more. And then we are going to hold this last one. So slide down the wall, bending into the back knee. Gently draw tummy to spine here for hold. Keep holding for 5. Well done. Good balance all round. 4. Back leg should be a little bit wobbly. 3, 2, and 1. Push up to stand. Feet back together. We're going to repeat that whole sequence. Same leg, stepping behind now. So left leg steps out behind, bend the knee, straighten the knee and forwards. Still focus that load on this back leg now, okay? So it feels a little bit different. Still keeping that nice upright position with your posture. Back gently pressed against the wall, sliding down the wall. Keep your tail tucked under, pelvis nice and level. Try to avoid any side to side movement of your pelvis. Looking great, everyone. We've got 3 more. Opening up that hip a little bit more on the back leg as we step nice and long with the feet hip distance apart. 2. Challenges the balance, doesn't it? Okay, holding this next one. So leg comes out behind and we repeat that dip of that left leg to the back of the room. Now focus on the front leg. Oh, didn't do a very good example of that. Try not to let that knee buckle in. Keep your kneecap pointing forwards. But I drank too much last week, clearly, while I was on holiday. 3 more. 2 more. And then bend and hold. Take it deep or shallow, depending on how your legs are feeling. Tummy to spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs come back in and shake out. Okay, final one with this leg. Okay, this is all about making it dynamic but still trying to find that control. So keep it small and shallow if you need to, and then once you've got the control, we take it longer and deeper. We're going to move between forwards and backwards lunge. So I'll show you from side on. Left leg is the moving leg. Start by stepping the left leg forwards, bending the right knee back up to stand. Step the feet together, take the left leg behind, bend the left knee back to stand, feet together. Repeat on that same side. Step, slide, push, together, step, slide, push, together. So separate movements. In between those movements, just pause, find your focus, find your balance. Doesn't need to be as quick as I'm moving. You can slow it down. Pause here and here. If you're doing it with better form at that slow movement, much better than rushing through without the form. Okay, we're going to do about 4 more. For those that want a little bit more, we break it into 2 movements. So step and land, step together, step backwards and land, back together. That's 4. Keep that glass of wine resting here. Hard to do. 3 and 2. Heart rate's coming up now. And 1. And people think Pilates is just lying down on a mat, hey? Okay, good stuff. Now shake out those legs. Very nice. Nice strength and dynamic control there. Okay. I'm afraid we've got to do that all again. Leading with the right leg now. Okay, so forward lunges to begin with. So set yourself back up, feet hip distance apart. Find your neutral spine nice and tall. Pause for a moment. Nice deep breath in. And exhale. Okay, when you're ready, right foot steps forwards. Left knee bends, slide the wall. Back to stand, feet together. And repeat. Right leg forwards. Left knee down. Back to stand. Feet together. We've got it now. So technique should be pretty familiar now, okay? Not that that means it's easier, but we can really think about being precise with our movements. Okay, keep it going, same side. We've got 3 more. Step, bend, shake it out, join back in when you're ready, looking good. Watch those knees aren't kind of drifting in or out. 2 more. Step. Okay, holding this next one. So right leg forwards, bending and straightening through that left knee now. See if you can focus on keeping your posture nice and upright, and the kneecap on that right leg is pointing forward. So if there was a beam of light, it will be shining in the direction that you're facing and not off into a corner. 3 more. 2 more. Find your hold, go as low as you can manage. Challenge yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straight into those backward lunges now. Right leg steps behind. Bend down into the right knee. Push up. Feet back together, same again. Imagine you're stood on a train track. Do your feet stay on those parallel lines throughout? As you step, bend, straighten, and close. Let me see how you're doing with those. Gives me a chance to catch my breath. Looking wonderful, everyone, for 3 more. And 2 more. Hold in this next one. Step behind and down and up and down and up. We're almost there. Squeeze your bottom as you come back up. Really drive through that back leg. Push your toes into the floor for 4, 3, 2. Last one we hold. So as low as you can manage. Make sure you're not drifting forwards on that front leg. Keep your weight in the centre. Squeeze your bottom. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we move with the leg. So right foot forwards, bend the back knee, stand up, feet together, travel behind, right leg back, bend that back knee, feet come up, feet together, step, squat, straighten and close. Behind. Okay, for those of you that want that little bit more, we land in that squat. So we step and we bend the back knee. Feet together, step and we bend the back knee, feet together. That's 4. Keep your balance as best as you can. 3. Slow it down if you need to. 2. Last one. And after workout. Oh, sorry about that. Lovely. Okay, we're going to just do a few roll downs whilst these legs are feeling nice and limber now. So big breath in and slowly roll down through your spine. Again, still focus on that nice deep breath. If you're feeling like me, your heart rate has gone right up through the roof. So let's just try and bring things back down again. Noticing maybe how your legs feel a little bit more supple than before you started. And we've not even done a single stretch yet, but it just shows how encouraging circulation into certain areas really helps with our tissue flexibility. And when you're ready, we stack back up again. And then repeat, slowly roll down, slowly stack back up. Always nice just to do something slow and purposeful. So final one, hanging down when you get into this last one. So roll down, hang into a lovely forwards fold and just let your breath take you into that stretch, into that sensation of lengthening through the back of your body. And then when you feel ready, bending into your knees, we're going to take it into a box position from here. So hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. We're just working to our cat-cow to begin with. So start to find that movement through your pelvis as your tail tucks underneath and your spine rounds and your chin just gently presses towards your chest. And then let that all go as the tummy lengthens, the tail lifts and we look forwards or maybe even upwards. Keep it going, tail tucked under, tummy drawn into spine. Let's connect in with those deep tummy muscles. And then we use this one to find our neutral spine. So that glass of wine resting on the back of the shoulders now. We're going to take it into a press up. So really focus on keeping your tail tucked underneath. We don't want to see any arching of this back. So a nice long spine. And we can use that familiar draw of our tummy towards our spine to keep that core control. Now your chest stays between your hands as you slowly start to bend your elbows and lower down towards the mat. Now your options here are really how low you're going to take that press. So you can do it with nice control and just work in the top sort of third or even the top quarter of that movement. Or maybe you want to work a little deeper and see if you can get your chest down towards the mat. Press the floor away from you, back into your box. As you come down, just take note of what's happening at the other end. So is your tail tipped up or is your spine nice and long? So what we want to avoid is as we come down, the bottom lifts up. Yeah, we keep the spine nice and long and use that tummy towards spine for that core strength. So as much about the arms, so as much about the core as it is the arms with our press ups. Lovely. So shallow or deep, these look good. Keep those feet pressed down to the floor if you can. Okay, beautiful. Now you're going to keep going with those wonderful press ups. You're looking nice and strong, but we're going to add something in between every press up. So I want you to think about saluting. So you're going to do a press up. You're going to take your hand away from the floor and just touch your fingertips to your temple. Hand comes back down, press up, and then fingertips to temple on the other side. And try and get your elbow in line with your head. So I'll show you what that looks like from side on. Okay, so you've got your press up. Pause at the top, fingertips to temple. Okay, now remember that glass of wine that was resting between our shoulder blades. As we take the fingertips to temple and salute, we want to avoid twisting to receive that hand towards the head. We want to keep the back nice and flat. So just keep alternating left and right, taking a seat into your heels at any point if you need to take the pressure out of your wrists. We're doing well. It's a hard one this evening, but good work, everyone. Looking strong. Make sure that nose doesn't guide your movement. It's your chest that lowers and not your head. Keep the back of your head drawn up towards the ceiling. Better, better, better. Okay, we're going to do 2 more. Press, salute, press, salute. Okay, keep it going. And that's 1 more. So the salute just brings you into 3-point contact, which is really good for our stability. So we're going to hold that now. So right hand touching towards the right side of the forehead. Now is a good chance to pause and think, is my spine level or have I twisted? Is the front of your upper arm parallel to the floor or is it elbow lifted slightly? Now we keep the tummy drawn in and we start to float the left leg away from us, extending the foot behind, toe gently pressed to the floor for the first option, or the second option we fold. So we lift the leg just up off the mat, keeping the back nice and long. Tap that leg down, slide back in and repeat on the same side. So left leg extends, the hand is still lifted, gently pressing the fingertips into the forehead. Repeat that for me 5 more times. Lengthen, breathe out as we stretch the leg out. Maybe you're lifting the leg, maybe not. Maybe you need to keep that foot in contact with the floor, not a problem. You might finish here or here. 3 more. Keep that back nice and long. Try not to arch. It's tricky, I know. But you're doing a great job. Squeeze that thigh when you get to the end of that leg stretch. Get as much out of it as possible. 2 more. Okay, and then we're going to hold this next one. So you're either holding here with the toe ever so lightly pressed onto the floor, or you're holding here with the foot floated off the mat. But look what's happening now. We're going to rotate now. So the right elbow is going to lower down towards the floor as we look towards the left shoulder. Twist. And then we uncurl. So that glass of wine is no longer resting between your shoulder blades, but it is resting on the back of your pelvis. So as we twist, try not to let the body twist. It's just the upper back that's twisting. 3 more times. I don't know how I make this up. 2 more. And 1 more. Okay, come back into your box position. I think we'll take it into a quick rest from here. Sit back into those heels and just let that pressure come out of the small of your back. Nice work, everyone. Okay, first side done. Taking it into that second side now. So back into your box position. When you're ready, okay, reset, back of the head lifted, shoulders down, tail long, tummy to spine. Now we float the left hand off the mat and we hold that salute position just to begin with. Make sure your left elbow is lifted in line with your body. We want a nice lift, so we're using the upper back muscles to lift the weight of the arm. Beautiful, keep lifting and holding. Now it's the right leg's turn. So slowly start to float that right foot away from you. Slide your foot along the floor. Remember, tummy to spine is going to help, and if you want that little bit more, we float the foot off the mat, maybe squeezing your bottom at the same time. Using those hips to really work those legs, not the back. The back is nice and still, the back is stable, and the legs are working beautifully. Checking in on the shoulders, make sure they haven't crept up towards your ears. Tends to happen when we're concentrating hard and things have become a little bit more of a challenge. Right, 3 more slides with those legs. So opposite leg to the arm that's lifted. Pat, are you doing left and left?
No.
So left arm, right leg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I just couldn't tell with your leggings. 2 more, sorry. Okay, and then hold here. So left leg, left arm, right leg, toe tap to the floor, or the foot is lifted. And then we're going to add that twist now. So the left elbow lowers down towards the mat as we look towards the right shoulder. Twist and lift. Good. Well done. Breathe through. Exhale as we twist. And inhale to bring back to center. 3 more of those twists. Really good. Strengthening up that right wrist and keeping that pelvis nice and stable. Holding the weight of your leg. Good for the back. 2 more. And 1. Lovely. Good work, everybody. Okay, untwist and sit back into your heels. Again, just let the pressure come out of your lower back and your wrists. Nice work. Okay. Finishing off with a few more twists now. That was just to kind of warm us up for some twists. I'm going to take you through a progressive sequence. We've not got long left, so it will build in intensity. So if you feel like the next exercise is too much, go back to the exercise before. It's all the same muscle group, but just with additional challenge, okay? So setting up in your rest position, so lying on your back with your knees bent, feet hip distance apart. Just do a few pelvic tilts just to find that neutral spine for me. Okay, we're going to be working with our oblique prep this evening. So interlace your fingers and create a cradle to support your head. Now with this, we do want a little bit of a lift with the elbows. They're not completely flat. So just float your elbows off the floor so you can just see them in your peripheral gaze, but no further. What we don't want to happen is they start to kind of curl around the head. We want to keep them open. Okay, temptation is to pull on the head then, but we want to use our oblique muscles to get us off the floor. So left side of your rib cage is going to slide down and across to the right hip. So we get this kind of shortening action, and as we do that, we draw the tummy to the spine and peel the back of the left shoulder off the mat. Keep your chin lifted, look to the right corner of your room, and then lower your shoulders down, untwist, and then we take the right side of the rib cage over to the left hip, tummy to spine, and peel the back of the right shoulder off the floor. Keep the ribs chin away from the chest. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out to twist and lift. All about the tummy with this one. So it should feel like the shortening sensation of your ribs towards your pelvis is enough to allow your head and shoulders to come off the floor. Doesn't need to be a high lift, can just be a small twist. Maybe just the tip of your shoulder blade comes off the floor, or maybe all of the shoulder blade comes off the mat. Good. Let me see how you're getting on with that. So remember, this is option 1, and this is hard stuff. You're doing it well. Hopefully you're already feeling that in your tummy. Nice. So you could stick with this, okay? But we build, we progress. So option 2, we add an opposite tabletop. So now as the ribs come across to the side, we're going to bring that tabletop in. So left ribs across to right tabletop. Try not to give into the temptation of letting your elbow come towards your knee. We want to keep that elbow nice and open so we don't pull on the neck, okay? And then we take the right rib cage over to the left tabletop, crunching a little bit tighter with these now, but still keep your pelvis nice and level. And try not to let those knees creep too close. We just want the knees over the hips. Nice and slow still, you've got a chance to rest down in between. Let the head and shoulders come down completely, fully relaxed before we go again. Ribs to pelvis, tummy to spine, tabletop floats up. Let me see how you're getting on with those. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so remember you can stay here. Okay, next option. So we've got 2 more levels, yeah, just so you know where we're going. Okay, next option, we come into a double tabletop. So set your double tabletop up, okay, squeezing the knees together if you wish. Tabletop doesn't change. Head and upper body changes slightly. So rather than lifting and lowering, we're going to twist across to one side and then twist across to the next side. So we don't lower the shoulders in between. We're just rotating the upper body so that the front of the left shoulder reaches across to one side and then over to the second. Once you've done a few of those, let your head and shoulders rest down. And then set them again and repeat. So twist and twist. Good. Tough one, okay? Because you're holding the weight of your legs with your tabletop, and then you're holding your weight of your head with your abs and your head lift, and then you're adding a twist as well. So loads going on there. Okay, we're nearly there. We've got 1 minute left. So keep going with this. I will show you your final option. If it's not for you, stick with whatever you're doing, okay? It's a tricky one to explain, so I'm going to just demo it and I'll try and talk through. So now we're going to take the left shoulder across to the right hip, but as we do that, we extend the right leg away. And then opposite side, so extend the left leg away as we twist towards the left. Okay, keep those elbows nice and wide. It's the shoulders that twist and not the elbows. Scissoring the legs left and right. Okay, and if you want to make it a little bit quicker, you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Come down and bring your knees in towards your chest. And if you did that without a single rest, well done, everybody. Okay, feel free to do any more of those if you wish. Otherwise, join me in a nice stretch, reaching toes towards the bottom of your mat and fingers towards the top of your mat. Tummies probably feel like they need that. Focus on breathing for a moment more. Bring your arms just to your side, maybe resting your hands over your tummy so you can really feel that breath travel down to the base of your lungs. Lovely, okay, and then when you're ready, bringing yourself back into a seated position any way that you feel able to. Great work. Is everybody okay? Beautiful. No. Love the honesty, Claire. Thanks. Well, lovely to see you and see some of you on Thursday. If not, see you again next week. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.